Hi guys, this is Ray Sir on the way with another What If. This will be What If Deku had the Omnitrix Part 5. Now when it comes to Deku transformation, he'll have 3 from the original, 2 from Alien Force, and the other 5 from Omniverse. I forgot to also mention some of the other safe features that come with the Omnitrix. Do you guys remember where Will guys tried to rip off Ben Omnitrix off of him? And so the energy feedback blew him away? Exactly like that. But instead, anyone tries to rip it off him, it will figure out how much strength that person is putting on to the Omnitrix and push out with equal or much stronger force. If given enough time, the Omnitrix can decide between pushing out equal force to whoever's trying to grab the watch or much stronger force, depending on Deku. The Omnitrix will also protect Deku if someone tries to cut his arm off or just outright kill him. This new safety feature is specifically for Izuku's Omnitrix. It will only work if Deku's timed out. For Deku's Omnitrix, it will take a while for it to recharge. So if anyone tries to shoot Deku with any energy-based attack, the Omnitrix will absorb the energy, allowing the recharge to go faster. If you guys remember about the feature where it analyzed someone's quirk and allows Deku to transform into an alien that can go against it or with it by the Omnitrix telling him, Deku will not have that yet. He needs to wait for it to bond with them more and more so it can analyze him, so the Omnitrix can notify him. If you're confused, it just means that Deku will get that feature later on because Deku needs to problem solve on his own and not rely on that. He'll get it later. Now, before we get back in the story, these are the aliens that Deku got. Now, the list will stay the same. 3 from the original, 2 from Alien Force, and then the other 5 from Omniverse. And the alien will be from the original, Heat Blast, Upgrade, and Ditto. Now when it comes to Alien Force, one of the aliens will be Big Chill, and I haven't decided between Spider Monkey and Lodestar. So if you want to, y'all can pick between those 2. Now for the other 4 aliens that's from Omniverse, I haven't really decided. Some of them I might put in from the original, but yeah. But the one that I chose from Omniverse will be Ball Weevil. Now, if you guys don't know or have forgotten about this alien name is Ball Weevil. You don't know what it looks like, I'll show you a picture of it right now. Now, when it comes to the other 4 aliens, I haven't really decided yet. So, if you guys want to, you can pick what the aliens are. Just make sure they're not overpowered because this is just the beginning. Now, after that being said, let's get right back into the story. Deku begins to see what aliens he has up in his arsenal. He begins to look at them and see what each of them does. When Deku's looking at the aliens that he has, Ben begins to look at his aliens that can go against Deku's. For Deku's 10 months of training, Ben begins to take him to the plumber so he can train hand-to-hand combat. He fights him with the aliens. When we're not training with the aliens or training with the plumbers, Ben basically tells him some of his moves came from video games that he saw. So him and Deku have an excuse to play video games together. After that, Deku tells him, sometimes I watch Heroes online. Ben tells him that's a good idea since we're able to use other people's quirks. And also, you can also put that information with the aliens too, since they're almost similar, depending on which one you're talking about. Deku tells him that's great and proceeds to walk off. Ben tells him, make sure not to do it too much, otherwise it's going to be a little bit creepy. Ben tells him, one more thing, make sure when you try to take down other people's notes and analyze someone, make sure not to mutter. It'll get creepy for your other classmates. Deku turns around and says, so since we're on the topic of heroes, what is your relationship with the other heroes, and do they know about your real power? Ben proceeds to tell him, well, there is 3 heroes that know about my power. One of them you already know is All Might. The reason why, because I tried to use his quirk once, and it reminds me of Alien X, like the space around Alien X, but much on a weaker level. Deku says, wait a minute, you tried to use All Might's quirk? What was it? Ben tells him that's a classified thing. You have to ask the man yourself. The second one, he's an underground hero. He's also known as Eraserhead. Deku tells him, can you give me any information on him? Ben says when he uses his quirk, his eyes turn red and the hair goes up. He also uses a scarf and he's a nighttime hero. If you see him in the daytime, he's usually tired and annoyed. Other than that, he's a good hero. Deku says a nighttime hero. That reminds me, what type of hero are you? Are you daytime or nighttime? Ben tells him, anytime really. Deku tells him, there's already 2 heroes. What about the third one? Ben tells him, I'm not really sure what he actually is, but all I know is that he is really smart, and his name is Nezu. Deku about to say something, but Ben says also he's the principal of UA, so just in case you get in there, just show him your watch and show him your badge from the plumbers. They'll know that you came from me. Izuku tells him, oh, so is that my recommendation? Ben tells him, oh no, you're doing a regular test like a regular person would. I'm just gonna make sure that they know who you are, just in case anything goes wrong. Deku tells him, I understand that, but why show them my watch and badge? Ben tells him, well, I have a lot of enemies. That's all I have to say. Deku about to ask his dad, can you give me another reason? Inko walks around and tells him, so the reason why, because they might think that you're a problem child because of your father. Izuku says, so they think I'm a spoiled brat just because of who my father is? Inko says, oh no. They want to make sure how much damage you're going to do trying to become a hero. Inko says, oh, by the way, that reminds me, Izuku, with your watch, do you have that green alien that's allowed to merge with other machines and upgrade them? Deku says, oh, you talking about upgrade? Yeah, I have that one. Deku asks his mom, wait, why do you want to know? Do you want me to upgrade something around the house? Inko says, oh no, just in case you break something over there and they want you to fix it, you know what alien to use. Inko walks out the room. Deku's more curious and wants to ask his father. Before he can say anything, Ben says, don't ask. You can go now. After Deku leaves, Ben waits 5 minutes. After he hops on his computer, it begins to talk to the other person that has its old omnitrix back in Omniverse. He basically says, do you think Izuku is ready? The person responds to him and tells him, yes. The other person responds, basically asking him, so about Deku's aliens, why did you give him those aliens? Ben responds back telling him, well, first baby steps. Ben tells the person, well, I trained Deku myself with his aliens in hand-to-hand combat. The other person responds with, have you taken them to the plumbers? Ben he tells him, yes, I have. The person asks, what was Deku's score? Ben proceeds to tell him, 94. The person basically asks Ben, do you think he's holding back? Ben tells him, yeah, I think he's holding back. But don't worry, when the job calls, he'll be on the case in no time. Now, before we continue the story, there's 3 more aliens I'm going to give Deku. 2 of them are from the classic, but they're still being used in Omniverse, which is Accelerate and Stinkfly. For the 9th one, it would be Grasshopper. Now, if you guys wondering about Deku's relationship with Bakugo, it's essentially almost like the same. Him treating him like a quirky loser, but Deku's able to fight back. And if he can't able to fight back, he's able to dodge him and get out of there. When it comes to other people, people think that Deku's quirk is based around his intelligence, and the only people that actually try to mess with him is Bakugo and his bullies. Now, when it comes to Ben's rating as a hero, and does everybody else know that he has a son? No, only Aizawa All Might, in principle, knows that that's his son. Well, not yet. But when it comes to his rating, he's around the top 20, mostly because he's not mostly working on Earth. He's either working in space or mostly in Nova Void. That's why he's like that high, not in the top 10. All that's being clear, let's get right back into the story. We cut to the next day where Deku's taking his hoverboard all the way up to the UA to take the exams. Now when Deku gets close to the building, he puts his hoverboard back in his book bag and proceeds to walk in the building. When they come towards the presentation, Ida basically goes on the same rant that he does in the original. Deku tells him, dude, he was just about to get to that. Can you quiet down? President Mike tells him, yeah, I was just about to get to that. Thank you. Ida basically bows and tells him, I'm sorry. Continue. Now, when it comes towards the written portion, Deku gets a higher score than he does in the original. Now, when it comes towards destroying the robots, Deku's wearing the exact same jacket, but he's just wearing regular jeans. But the jacket is also darker green. Ida walks up to Deku and asks, what is he doing? Deku, feeling with his watch, telling him, I'm trying to use my quirk. Deku runs towards the front and uses his watch, pressing it down, changing him into upgrade. Deku sees one of the 3 pointers and jumps on it, merging with it and begins to destroy some of the robots in his path. A few minutes pass and Deku decides to switch a different alien. He switches into Accelerate and begins to speed through the whole thing, destroying multiple robots in his path. Deku's adding up all the points that he has, counting up to 115 points. Deku doesn't know what to do now until he feels the floor shake. They all run away and he sees a giant robot. Deku is confused. He grabs one of the random people and asks what's going on. They proceed to tell him that there is a giant robot over there. Deku tells him thanks and begins to run towards the robot, trying to analyze it until he hears someone scream. Deku runs up to the girl and asks him, "Are you okay?" She tells him, "No, I think I sprained my ankle." Deku runs off the robot arm and takes a big leap, transforming into Heat Blast, melting a hole in it. And once he's done melting a hole in it, the robot begins to fall forward. After realizing what he's done, he tries to shoot back down as fast as he can. Deku goes next to a building and transforms into Accelerate, running down the building. After running down the building, he grabs the rocket and runs to the front. Thank you and enjoy.